So today is time for another exciting player comparison, and this is about two olden midfielders, that made their name, during their time in the Premier League. And we're talking about Fabinho and Matic, Nemanja Matic. And without wasting much time, Victor, maybe try to keep your bias out a little bit, just a little bit for this comparison. But yeah, who was the better player in your opinion and why?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I would say in terms of potential and ceiling, it would have to be Fabinho. The same if we look at trophies while playing for Prem teams. But what drags the Brazilian down is, to me, the duration of his brilliance. Don't get me wrong, there's not a huge difference in quality between these two, but I'm going with Matic here because he was very good for longer.
Yeah, fair enough. And Max, who was more impactful for their club or clubs?
I mean, this is even harder, I guess. Because, yeah, Matic played for 2 times more time in Prem, but at United, he wasn't that cool as he was at Chelsea, so I'd probably compare them for Chelsea and for Liverpool. And I'd say Fabinho was a bit more impactful for the team because when he came in, he just closed the midfield. He was also helping in defense. While Matic, yeah, he was also pretty much stable, but the versatility of Fabinho is probably a bit better for me. So I'll probably go with Fabinho here.
Mm, fair point. And Victor, who was more of a joy to watch on and off the ball?
Yeah, seriously, some people in my shoes might tell you to please make these comparison episodes a bit easier, but I love a challenge, right? So I'll go with Fabinho here because, and this is like a super shallow and subjective reason. He just had a certain elegance about him on the pitch that Matic didn't. At his peak, Fabinho, it was really hard for an opposition team to work a sweat out of Fabinho. He seemed to do everything perfectly and as effortlessly as Van Dijk. And I don't think in terms of elegance and composure you can pay a player a bigger compliment.
Mm, fair enough. And Max, who would you rather have in your team?
Well, as I said, probably I'll go with Fabinho again because the versatility of the player. Because as we all remember, he even played in defense at some season when they had a lot of injuries in defense, and he was quite good even at center back. So while Matic was mostly kept to his position and only going up front, not down front. So for me, as a manager of at least my club, I'd probably go with Fabinho because we mostly have problems in defense than in attack. So I'll keep Fabinho, but Matic is pretty much close, as Victor already said.
And
Victor,
it's
who would
crazy
you
that
rather have in your team?
I'm actually disagreeing with Max and he's favoring a Liverpool player.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazier things have happened. So yeah, Victor, your opinion on that? Who would you rather have in your team?
Yeah, look, they were both seriously hard workers, which to me is probably the most important trait for a proper DM. But I'm going with Matic here because he tended to give away fewer fouls on average, at least during his Prem years. He did have 3 red cards, though. Fabinho didn't have any, but I would say Matic for my team. He seemed to be the slightly harder worker and the more not composed but more tactically astute and intelligent player.
Mm, fair enough. And on final note, Max, which player's quality do you think is more suited for modern day football?
I'd say pretty much both, especially because they're still playing. And I guess if Fabinho didn't go for the money to Saudis, he would probably still be in Liverpool lineup. maybe not a starter, but even at his age, he would be a good replacement for the players. While Matic is still playing in League One, so I'd say pretty much both. They have kind of similar, I mean, chances to be a starter in top teams. So, and they're both hard workers, as Victor said. So yeah, I cannot choose one here.
Yeah, Victor, your take on that?
Maybe Fabinho. It's really tough. Like I genuinely agree with what Max is saying. It's really tough to pick one, but maybe Fabinho. He was maybe because of the potential, because he seemed to be, in terms of the levels he could reach, he seemed better than Matic to me.
Yeah, fair enough. And on that note, we'll ask our viewers to join us in the conversation. Who was the better defensive midfielder in your opinion, Nemanja Matic or Fabinho? Who was more of a joy to watch? And who would you rather have in your team? We'll be waiting to hear from you in the comment section.